Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. I'm Joe Sockel. This is my speech about my persuasive speech about changing the driver's license age. Everybody knows the big occasion when you turn 16. I remember mine, like my 16th birthday, like yesterday. I'm sure most of y'all do too. Getting your driver's license when you turn 16 is it's a big moment in everybody's life, and it's something you look forward to when you're 14, 15, going into high school. But looking back, I wouldn't trust myself at that age with even a pair of scissors. So trusting myself with a 1,000-pound car driving on roads at upwards of 60, 70, 80 miles an hour is definitely something that I think should be looked over. I think one of two things should be done to improve the safety of the roads. The first is to change the driver's license age to 18 years old. I think this would drastically improve safety of the roads because in 2022, 2,884 fatal crashes were caused by teens, which is almost 8 crashes per day. And 30% of those crashes happened between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. There's a law in place to try to mitigate those crashes, or mitigate teen drivers driving at night, but the rule doesn't really get enforced because it only really gets enforced if you get pulled over. So if a teen is driving at night and they're not driving like too erratically, then they won't get pulled over and they won't get in trouble for that rule. When you're 18 years old, you have a lot more. 2 years of life is a lot more than you think it is. When I turned 18, I trust my 18-year-old self a lot more than I trust my 16-year-old self. So I think that would change a lot in the decision-making of teen drivers. The second thing that I think could happen in order to improve the safety of the roads is to make the driver's test more difficult. I remember when I did my driver's test when I was 16, I drove for about 5 minutes in like a super calm neighborhood where there's no traffic, there's like 1 stoplight, 2 stop signs, and after you go through this tiny little neighborhood, you go back to the parking lot and parallel park, but you could take like as long as you want. It's not like you're parallel parking on a busy street, like you do like a 10-point turn if you really wanted to. The test is unrealistic compared to real driving conditions. As soon as you turn 16, you pass your test, all of a sudden you're out on the real roads with all the other drivers and you're going faster than 30 miles an hour through a neighborhood, you're on highways, you're in traffic. I think that the test should include driving in traffic, because if you're not driving in traffic, then you're not going to know what it's like when you actually are by yourself, there's nobody else in the car. I think the passing rate of these tests would drop a lot, which sounds like a bad thing, but if you really want to improve the safety, then you're going to have to do something about it. In conclusion, I think the safety of our roads is a problem, especially in like towns with a lot of high schools. Like I know a few of us grew up in Austin, and there's high schools everywhere. You see 16, 17-year-old drivers all over the place during the school day. And I think that if we did anything to improve the safety of our roads, whether that be pushing back the age or making the test more difficult, then that could be something that would have a long-term effects on safety, and there would be that number of crashes would go maybe from almost 3,000 to maybe down to 1,000 in a year. And it's just something that I felt personal about, because I've seen teen drivers make bad decisions and get in trouble. And I think if you really want to improve safety overall in a country, in a county, in a city, wherever, then something needs to be done. Thank you.